Hello gamers. Welcome to my channel. Hood, Outlaws and Legends is an upcoming action video game developed by Sumo Newcastle and published by Focus Home Interactive. The game is set to be released for Microsoft Windows, PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5, Xbox One and Xbox Series X and Series S in May 2021. Hood, Outlaws and Legends is a multiplayer action video game played from a third-person perspective. The player assumes control of an outlaw who must infiltrate a keep of an authoritarian power named the State, and compete against a rival team to steal the treasure hidden in the keep's vault. The player can form a group of 4 in order to pull off the heist, which has 3 phases. The first phase requires the player to steal the key from the Sheriff of Nottingham, a boss character in the game. Once the player acquires the key, they are given clues regarding the location of the vault, though the opponent team would also be notified. Stealth is essential, as guards may call for reinforcements and close off certain areas, blocking access to the vault. The opponent team can also observe the behaviors of the AI and pinpoint the location of the opposite team. Let's talk about the gameplay. Different characters in the game have different weapons and abilities. For instance, Maid Marian is equipped with a crossbow and smoke grenades, while Took is equipped with a flail. Players must coordinate with each other in order to succeed. For instance, only Little John has the ability to open locked gates. If the team does not have a tank character, they may need to find other ways to progress. Once a team acquires a treasure, they must locate an extraction point, though it would be heavily guarded by knights and the sheriff. The location of a vault in a map is randomly decided, and the AI will exhibit different patrol pattern in each playthrough. After each match, the player can access the scales of justice, where they will decide the amount of gold they will keep and the amount they will give back to the people. Being generous unlocks more perks and skills, but they needs to be purchased through gold owned by the player. Now we are moving to the developers of this game. CCP Newcastle, the developer of Eve Valkyrie, was acquired by Sumo Digital from CCP Games in January 2018 and renamed to Sumo Newcastle. The project was originally an unrealized pitch by Sumo Sheffield. It was initially envisioned as a cooperative game featuring a dark version of Robin Hood, though it was redesigned as a player versus environment PvPvE project due to the team's expertise in competitive multiplayer games. The team was in particular inspired by Hunt Showdown 2019 by Crytek. The Sheriff was inspired by Mr. X from the Resident Evil games. Robin of Locksley and Robin the Earl of Huntingdon, 2 competing legends, laid the foundation for the game's premise. The team avoided naming the characters in the game as Robin Hood because the mystery of who was behind the hood was far more interesting than defining it. The studio deliberately avoided naming any location or set the game in a known period so that the gameplay team will have less restrictions and more creative freedom. The locations in the game was inspired by real-world castles such as Dover, Lindisfarne and Bamborough, though the team also drew inspirations from locations from Game of Thrones, such as Iron Islands and Dragonstone. The buildings and structures in the game were also inspired by brutalist architecture, which helped reflect the authoritarian and oppressive nature of the state. So when it releases, publisher Focus Home Interactive announced the game in May 2020. The game is set to be released on May 10, 2021 for Windows, PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5, Xbox One and Xbox Series X and Series S, though players who pre-ordered the game will gain early access 3 days prior to the official launch. Okay gamers, that's it. I will come with another game in my next video. Please subscribe my channel. What you ideas write down below in comment box, let me know. Stay safe.